Hi everybody, welcome to this reading, welcome to this weekly channeled guidance. We're going to be bringing guidance through for the eclipse that is happening, well, not just for the eclipse that is happening this weekend, the partial solar eclipse in Taurus, but also Pluto retrograde, which starts on the 29th of April, and also anything else that the Angelics want to bring forth to help you align with your highest soul truth, help you rebirth on a soul level, because that's what eclipse season offers us, is that rebirth. So I'm really looking forward to going into that. But first, before we do, if you've not yet checked out my new YouTube channel, 5 Minute Zodiac, please have a little look, because by the time you're seeing this, there will already be 5-minute readings for every sign of the zodiac for this upcoming eclipse. So have a little look, it's a lot of fun. But let's get straight into it. So I'm going to actually draw some cards for this reading. I want to have a little look and see. I want to have a look and see which archangels are supporting this weekend specifically. So although you're seeing this on the 29th, Pluto will have just started its retrograde, okay? And then the next day, so the 30th, is when the moon, the new moon in Taurus, creates a partial solar eclipse. Now, because that eclipse is in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus is exalted right now in Pisces, right? So there is a very energetic, very welcoming, very beautiful energy around supporting us as we align with our highest soul path and rewrite anything to do with abundance, love, pleasures in life, beauty, bliss. But you also might find, old lovers returning, karmic cycles wanting to complete, anything to do with tax, to do with money, to do with anything like that may be showing up for you as well. Like I say, though, do jump over to that 5-minute zodiac channel if you want to get a little bit more specific reading for your zodiac specifically. But let's have a look at which beautiful archangels and angelic beings are supporting us right now. So, oh wow, okay, we've got Archangel Asriel coming up straight away. Look at this. So Archangel Asriel, I adore this particular archangel. This is an archangel of death and rebirth. How apt, how perfect and poignant for an eclipse. So Archangel Asriel says, it's time to let go. It's time to prepare for change, and change is a good thing, although our human selves can get a little bit worried, can get a little bit scared about that. Our mind, that structure, that programming that we've created around ourselves in order to keep us safe, in order to keep our physical body safe in the world that is around us, the perceived world that is around us. There is a lot of mental patterns that are wanting to release, that are wanting to let go, right? And that's really important to know, because it's good to do that, because it's only when we have a death moment are we able to rebirth, and it's only when we have a death moment that we are able to release parts of our ego, parts of ourselves that has only been able to receive a certain amount of light, to release that in order to allow that part of us to rebirth into a higher light quotient, which means that more of our higher self can come down, beam down, and expand through and into us, right? And that's really what we're here to do, is we're here to have fun, to play, to experiment with the lessons in the world that we have around us, but also at the same time, we are here to remember the walking being of light, which we are, right? Because it's our superconscious, it's our higher self that has, focused us into a physical body, into a mental body, an emotional body, that's focused us here anyway, right? And as we progress through this life, we are really being called to remember who we are, and who we are is not a pattern or a belief that we've inherited from another, from a society, from a father or a mother figure or figures, right? It is who we are on a higher level, right? Please excuse any of the noise in the background if you can hear that. We also have Archangel Bokpi here saying, it is time, and look at that, those birds, right? You may be seeing a lot of birds right now, or winged things, right? It is time for us to really tune into our intuition. It's time for us to fly, to open our wings, to spread them wide, and to allow ourselves, right? To allow ourselves to soar on the thermals of the air, to allow ourselves to soar through uninhibited, right? Unencumbered. That's what this eclipse is bringing us, right? It's bringing us all those times that we felt like we've clipped our own wings, or someone else has done that. It's bringing us those experiences to feel once more, So maybe you've had an energy come up that has reminded you from a very difficult time that you've been experiencing. It's come up so that you can release it, because we have to feel it to heal it. And if we don't, it gets blocked. And if it gets blocked, we obstruct ourselves. It becomes a shadow. It becomes a rejected part of ourselves, right? And the rejected part of ourselves, they need integrating for us to be able to be more whole, for us to be able to open our wings, right, and fly in the breeze. We also have Lady Gaia, of course, reminding us that we're safe. And what a beautiful angel to come through for Taurus season as well, for this Taurus eclipse, because there is a lot of emphasis right now on goddess energy, on feminine energy, on intuition, on nourishment. What is nourishing you? What is nourishing you? Like, for real, what are you choosing to nourish you? Are you choosing certain foods or drinks, right? Or are you starting to learn how to be nourished by prana, right? The challenges that we feel, that we face, they are all based in perception. There is a gap between how we are perceiving something and what our higher self, how our higher self sees it, right? So when we're feeling any challenges, and when we're finding the contrast in that, and when we're focusing on that, what that does is that creates a bigger gap. Right? The question we want to be asking ourselves is, how does our higher self see that? Right? How does our higher self see that? Because the Earth Mother, Lady Gaia, she wants you to know that you are welcome here, but you're also free to do as you please, knowing that she will always be there to nourish you, to love you, however you need, not based on what any mother wound that we may have present within us or collectively, not from that wounded place, which can show up as, smothering energy, it can show up as neglect, it can show up as, a shift in perspective of kind of why something is offered, conditions. That's a better word. That's a better way to phrase that. The mother wound will give us conditions, right? Will give us nourishment only when it's the type of nourishment that they want to give, rather than what you need to receive, right? But the Earth Mother, Lady Gaia, says to us, it's okay. She's got you. But no, she's got you in a way that, you have to do as she says. She wants you to explore, to play with this earth, with your brothers and sisters of the light, okay? On this Earth star, you're welcomed here, and it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It doesn't matter what you do right now. She will only love you because she doesn't have conditions, and we're remembering that with this solar eclipse. We're remembering that with that Venusian influence, right, of Taurus. We have a lot of wonderful wisdom coming through from Archangel Jophiel, a lot of heart energy coming through from Shamuel. But what's really interesting is that Shamuel and Jophiel have been very present recently, because they want to bring down that wisdom. They want to bring that wisdom into your heart, into you, so that you can start to see from their perspective, because you are them. Right? When we look at our truth, to our innate wisdom, to our innate knowing, right? Our superconscious, solar eclipses open us up to receive more of that beautiful divine light, our superconscious being, and allow that to be absorbed within us, right? And the clearer we allow our vessel to be, our temple to be, the more that we are attuning to our superconscious self, our higher self, and the more we're creating from that standpoint, rather than passively creating from default, from the false beliefs and the false wounds, right? And if you are, looking to be working with your shadows, to integrate those, to, bring balance to any rejected part of yourselves, and to clear any of the wounds, like the mother wound, the father wound, etc., please feel very welcome to have a little look at the course that I'm in the middle of running as well right now. I get to co-host this with the wonderful Melissa, and it's called From Illusion to Love. It's a shadow integration course. There is 6 weeks of, I only held up 4 fingers there, but there are 6 weeks of content. We look at the narcissist empath trap, we look at the father wound, the mother wound, codependency, divine union, inner child, an actual soul path. Right? And we bring healing and activation, higher activation, to every aspect of us that we've rejected that is a shadow to us as humanity, right? Individually or collectively. So it's very powerful, especially right now. It's all pre-recorded content as well, so you can enroll at any time and go through that at your own pace, okay? Let's have a look. Let's just bring through. I'm curious as to what the dragons want to say, because with this week coming through, and let's see, so that's the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So up until around the 6th of May. So you've got Beltane coming up, right? Beltane is that divine union energy, right? If you look at the turns of the wheel, a lot of people will connect Beltane with the 1st of May by the Gregorian calendar, but by the sun. That's going to land on the 5th of the 5th, which is the 5-5 portal. That portal is all about change. It's all about soul activation, right? So in honor of that as well, I do actually do soul activation sessions where we do a full energy body scan, where we bring through channeled guidance from your team of light to you. We do a lot of clearing in the quantum record, in the quantum world, in the Akashic records, and we bring through and activate with light language your higher coding, if that calls to you. It's also on discount right now as you're watching this, so I'll make sure that is also linked. But the reason why I say that is because when we are looking at the numerology of the 5-5, that in itself is activating your key codes for your higher soul path. Are you walking your higher soul path? And let me just kind of, bit of a spoiler alert from what like the angels are saying here, is that, you know, this eclipse is setting us up to release what is blocking us on our soul path and to realign us. So there will be redirection happening here. There'll be realignments happening here. Okay. But just to have a little look at which dragons want to bring through some of their love and wisdom. We've got Neptune, right? The aquamarine dragon from Neptune. That's about your soul path, your spiritual path, right? You know, receiving psychic, ineffable soul knowledge, right? You know, spiritual wisdom is available to you, right? You know, able to access, look at that. This dragon holds the key in its hand. But it's the emphasis once again on that intuition. That intuition primarily is that feminine energy. Energy flows, right? So I love that, because with the Taurus influence, Taurus is once again very much indicative of the goddess energy, of the pleasures, the bliss, the practicalities of beauty, right? The embodiment of beauty, you know? So I love how that dragon from Neptune is showing up there. But we also have the sunshine yellow dragon. Right, sunshine yellow dragon, right? It's connecting with animals. Maybe animals are going to help bring you joy, going to help you to ground if you're feeling like your energy is a little bit out, right? Not what it usually is. So connect with those animals, right? And also connect with the color yellow, because yellow, the sun, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. And dandelion as well, medicine and dandelion. Maybe you're making dandelion honey, dandelion tea, dandelion coffee, maybe your dandelion fritters. Connect with energy of dandelion. That the energy of that coming through on the camera just blurred the image right up. That's okay. And we also have the earth and air dragon, and also the air and fire dragon. So these are wonderful fourth dimensional dragons, which firstly the earth and air dragon, let me just show you this one here. The earth and air dragon brings through this wonderful balance between heaven and earth, because that's what we are here to do. We are that tree. We are that bridge between both of the realms, right? Father Sky and Mother Earth, right? You know, reminding us to stay balanced and grounded and to manifest, right? Because we are manifesting constantly, whether we realize it or not, but it's bringing more intention and once again bringing down that higher energy into our manifestation, so that whatever we are making physical is a lot more intuitively and light, intuitively guided and light filled. Then we have the air and fire dragon, which is bringing through that creativity. Now, what a beautiful, beautiful card to come in, because we are being guided to start new things, right? And especially by the end of the week, you know, by the 5-5 portal, you're going to be feeling this inspiration, creative inspiration. Any fire energy that you may have felt before then, right? That may have shown up as anger, as it was clearing anything within you before the eclipse, after the eclipse, for that space of time, that week after, you're going to be feeling this creative push, this fertility even, right? Remember to communicate your passion, right? Remember to, you know, to go for it, because Jupiter will move into Aries shortly after this video. And that is going to be ever so powerful, because it will just give an extra boost to any creative endeavors, any entrepreneurial endeavors. But the last thing that we're just going to say is, you know, Pluto is in retrograde, right? As you're watching this, Pluto is in retrograde. It's just going into retrograde. So there is going to be that emphasis for the next few months as to what is being rebirthed within you, what old patterns and old beliefs and old cycles are wanting to complete so that you can start something new, right? And once again, look at the areas, because we're doing this in Taurus season, look at the areas to do with money, to do with taxes, and to do with power dynamics. That's what is going to want to rebirth. So if there's ever a time that you're receiving a letter in the post about something to do with those things, it's going to be now. And not to cause you grief, but to ask you to, you know, find the solution that is right for you, to help you redefine how you believe abundance should flow and who is in control of that, right? Lots of different money beliefs are going to be coming up around this space and time, especially with Pluto, but it will shift as Pluto, as we on planet Earth, as we move through the different signs of the zodiac as well. So anyway, I'm going to close this reading up for now. I'm going to send you all so much love, and thank you for being here live. If you do want to make the most of any of those things that I shared, the links will be down below. That's our activation session. I'll be booking from the week commencing, I think we're on May 16th. I'm a few weeks out, so I'm booked up until a couple of weeks now. So if you were wanting to make the most of one of those sessions when they are available from May 16th, then make sure that you book sooner rather than later, especially if you want to secure that discount as well. And the From Illusion to Love course, that's a complete in your own time. So whenever you feel called to that, that's going to be there for you. But yeah, if you are really called to doing that shadow work, have a little look at it. And I send you all so much love. Thank you for commenting, thank you for sharing, and thank you for all your beautiful energy as you share with me, as you do. You know, when I receive messages and emails from you, it fills me up. So thank you so much. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.